ואפשר לומר עוד בעניין אחר השאלה מה העדות כולו. We can say further within a different idea with this question, what are these statutes that the wise son asks? Ki hine yesh kabbalas malchus shemayim ve'ol mitzvos, because you have the acceptance of the yoke of the kingdom of heaven and the yoke of mitzvos. Two different ideas. And that's the concept of the question of why do we preface Shema before we say V'hayim Shamoah, but first you accept the kingship of heaven and then you do his mitzvahs. Vayim b'likuti Torah biur v'nikdashti b'soch b'nei Yisrael shichud abba v'ima efshar lahamshich ki mal yidei mesiras nefesh b'kriyas Shema kabbalos malchus shemayim, that you have this concept of the union of partsufim of Abba and Ima, and you can't draw this down unless you have self-sacrificing Kriyas Shema and accepting the kingship of heaven. V'al Torah mitzvos mamshichim yichud zun, and through the Torah mitzvos that you can draw down the union of Za and Nukva. Ramach Pekudin, Ramach Yivarim Dezah, you have the 248 mitzvos, are the 248, so to speak, limbs of Zeranpin that constitute the concept that corresponds with the parts of Za. And so what's the wise son asking? He's asking about fulfilling the mitzvos. Amar So that's why he says in his question that Havai Elokeinu has commanded us, that refers to Yichud Avodah, the acceptance of the kingship of heaven. So that makes sense to him, accepting but he's asking about, not about Yichud Avah, but about Zeranpin. What are these testimonies and statutes and laws? If so, in comparison to the self-sacrifice of Kriyas Shema and Kabbalah Sol Malchus Shemayim, the mitzvos only reach up to Zeranpin in comparison. In comparison to the essence of the infinite light, this doesn't reach there at all. Like the statement of our sages, what does the Holy One Blessed Be care if we shecht an animal and eat it, or if we choke an animal and eat it? You don't help him either way. Hashem calls it that from all this it implies, you can see that the good for a person and the bad for a person don't affect at all above only on the person, only on man. And in many places it says the opposite of this, that so to speak Hashem does want and need us, and so to speak it does affect him. The Batzilus Nogia Maisia Mitzvos. So in Avodas HaKodesh it explains that where does, so to speak, it affect Hashem, that it has an effect in the world of Atzilus. Like we said, that the 248 commandments are the 248 limbs of the king. But the master, the singular root of all the roots, to him it doesn't matter at all. And this you can awaken to the verse, at the end of Dvarim, that he destroyed to him in Hazinu, but not, and his own destruction was not to him, it's a blemish of his sons. Like Rashi explains there. Bezoar Chil Gimel, Hazinu, Daf Reish Tzadik Zayin Amud Beis, Parshas Vayikra Daf Chavav Suf Amud Beis, Medrash Rabbah Hisisa Reish Parsha Yud Beis, Vini Mevor B'Torah Or B'Dibur HaMaskil V'Yavik Ish, Shemagbim Es Hatzmam Liyanik Mebechinas Kamei Kachashecha Ka'orach Chulu Kanal, that these klippas lift themselves up to get a nurturance from the level of that darkness is like light in front of him. Like we said, the lei lo ichpas klal, that in front of him, it doesn't affect at all. It doesn't matter, darkness or light. V'im kain shelos v'maha'edus chulu kolomar. So then the question then is, what are these laws? Kolomar ma Hatorah hazeh the ol mitzvos. That is, what is this toil, accepting the mitzvos, given sham shacha or apagam ino nogelat muso klal rak b'atzilos, since the drawing down or the blemish doesn't affect him at all, only in the world of atzilos. V'im kain yehi dai b'kabalos ol malchus shemayim lekabal adon yachid chulu. If so, it should be enough to accept the kingship of heaven. V'lama lo yaspik lekabel ma'adon yachid kamei kachashecha ka'ora shlo al yidei atzilas hakadosh. And why is that not enough to accept from the idea of the singular master of all, that in front of him light is like darkness, not through atzilos. Shesham yev shakim al yidei ol mitzvos kulu, that in Atzilus, the holy emanation of the world of Atzilus, there you can only receive through accepting the mitzvos. Why is it, since it doesn't reach him at all, why isn't it enough to just accept the kingship of heaven? And through this, and to this question, we answer that we were slaves to Paro in Mitzrayim, and Avai Elokeinu took us out. Kolomar lo kemo shechashavta, that not like you think, she'ein ze nogeh la'adon yachid, shoresh kol hashorashim, that you think that the mitzvahs don't reach to the master, the singular master, the root of all roots. Kim adraba. But exactly the opposite. Zeu dafka chefzo shel adon yachid mamash. This itself is indeed the desire of the singular master of all, truly. Because even though the blemish doesn't reach there at all, only in Atzilus, nonetheless, this is still his will specifically, and in his inner will, Shel Adon Yachid, of the master of all, that that's his will and desire, that the light should come down specifically through Atzilus, the holy emanation, and the blemish in this emanation that truly is against his will, it, so to speak, is nogea. Even though the blemish doesn't actually reach there at all. But nonetheless, the blemish that's in Atzilus, that, so to speak, reaches to the honor of his essence, truly. Because it's his will. And we can hear this from what our sages said on the verse, and you should do them, that we read Vasisim atem, that it says if you're making me, Ma'ile ani alechem ki'ilu asauni. I'm going to consider it as if you've made me. And it says on the bottom, it doesn't say which perek. That through the mitzvos we draw down a light in the vessels of Zer Anpin of Atzilus, Chesed Ro Yamina V'chulu, that kindness is the right hand and so forth. It's as if you've made me through making the parts of the kindnesses of the right hand and so forth by doing the mitzvahs. And the concept is like a verse says, my heart says in Tillim, my heart says to you, Bikshu Fanai, a search for my countenance, Espanecha Vayavake, she will search for the countenance of Havaya. Perish Bezor Parshas Amor, Daf Tzadi Gimel Amud Beis, Ilain Zimnayu V'chagayu. What's this searching for the countenance? That refers to the special times and the holidays. Like it says 3 times in the year, all of your males will see the countenance of Havaya, Elokecha, Uksiv. So it says the countenance there 3 times a year. That's the countenance. So search for him during the holiday. Uksiv tzama nafshi lelokim. And it says, I my soul thirsts for Elokim, to the living Kel. When will I come and see the countenance of Elokim? So it says, when will I come to see the countenance? So it happens in certain times. And the holiday is called the countenance. Bina, because the concept of the face is it corresponds with the 3 higher spheros, the intellectual spheros, Bina, it's because it's a Giloy of Bina. Asher Gimel Rishonos Nikra Panim Lagabi Zayin Tachtonos, that the 3 first levels are called the face in comparison to the 7 lower levels. Vain Mashakos of Od, Bilkuti Torah Bishira Shirim, Dibora Maskla Sibi, Nayach Minegdi, Minyan Panim. And look what it says in Likuti Torah Shira Shirim about that you should turn your eyes away from me with the concept of the countenance. Which is not the case with a Malek. He receives from the hairs which are from the back of the neck. Not the countenance. Ein Shem, look over there. Vayikra Shema Makom Pniel. Look what's brought in Parshas Vayikra about the name of the place was the countenance of Kel, Pniel. Varamaz Parshas Vayikra Daf Tzadik Dal Kasav Kipanim VaAchor Yamin VeSmol Hem Abiyah. So the Ramaz writes in Parshas Vayikra that the 4 ideas of front and back and right and left are the 4 worlds of Atzilus Bria, Yitzira Asiya, Panim Hua Atzilus Achor Asiya. That the front, the countenance is Atzilus, and the back is the world of Atzila. Yamin Bria, small Yitzira, the right hand corresponds with the world of Bria, and the left hand with Yitzira Adkan Dvarav. And if so, Paro, who receives from this idea of that in front of him darkness is like light, that That is to say, he's getting from the level of arich. Shu sod kama erach apayim lefana, which is the idea of what we say, that how merciful his countenance was in front of him, specifically the apayim. The par was receiving from the orif. But nonetheless, since he's only receiving from the back of the neck, so to speak, of arich, and not the panim, that's the secret of paro being the letters of the orif, the back of the neck. If so, he's only receiving from the back, so to speak, the external of arich. But you have to have the idea of searching for the countenance of Havaya, that in comparison of the world of Asiya, in comparison to the highest world of Atzilos, so too in Arich, the Panim and Achor is compared to not just to two levels close to each other, but to the Ramaz says, Atzilus and Asiya. Bichinas Achoraim, Lagabe Apanim, the back in comparison to the front. Ki Bichinas Achoraim, Kaman Deshadei, because the back, that's like somebody who throws it over the shoulders. Bichinas Asiya, that's the concept of the world of Asiya. I guess it's similar to how the Ben Rasha is next to the Ben Chacham. And the time in the Sheni Yudei Elishol would be the other levels. I'm Bilkuti Torah B'Dibur Amaschel Shuva Yisrael Drush Hasheni Inyan Bia. It's brought about the concept of Read Siyasiya V'Sheish Bia B'Atzilus, and now you have Read Siyasiya in Atzilus, Megam L'Mayla Ma'Atzilus, and also above Atzilus, like we're saying here in Arich. We're talking about the Panim and Achor, which would correspond with Atzilus and Asiya. Masha'ein ken bechinas es panecha vaya vakesh zeu Atzilus darichan pinchulu, which is not the case with I search for your countenance Havaya. That's the Atzilus of Arich, the Panim. V'zeu animshech al yidei Torah, and that's what's drawn through Torah. That even though it's in Chochma and Bina of Atzilus, or as he said before, he said before that it was the Pikudin, the Evodim de Malka. But I guess we're saying it's the difference between Arich. Aim calls this Shoshim Amochas Tima, but nonetheless, the root of the Torah comes from the hidden wisdom in Arich, the Pnimius, but Eitz Chaim, the Pnimius Abba, Zeu Pnimius Atik, and in Eitz Chaim it says the inner concept of Abba, that's the inner concept of Atik. I don't know the reason he says in Eitz Chaim. If so, you can understand the greatness of the mitzvos, that even though they're in the 248 limbs of Ziran Pin of Al-Shur, Sham Shachum, who as Panecha Vaya Vakesh, but the root of this drawing this down is from your countenance of Vaya that I'm searching for, from the inner concept of Keser, like he said that the Torah is coming from the Abba Ve'ima, but really Mochas Tima, and the mitzvos are in Zah, but really in Arich, Mistama the Midus of Arich. Or even higher. Mash'ekin, Mashiparo, Mekabel, from, the mitzvahs come from the Golgalta in Lebanon and so forth. Mash'ein ken Mashiparo Mekabel Mebichinas Kechashecha Ora, which is not the case with this, that power receives from the concept of light, darkness being like light. Zeu mebichinas achoraim shurak bechinas asiya. that he's only receiving from the backside, which is like the concept of the world of Asiya in comparison to Atzilus. The Asiya of Keser, the Asiya of Arich. And he also only gets this in this world. He doesn't get the Hamshach as it is above in Arich, but only as it comes down to this world, that this world gets destroyed and goes away. Everything in it. But drawing down from this level of your countenance that I search for, Havaya, is that's you're actually having revelation of the Elokus, of the divine of it. Like it says, similar to the idea of you will see the countenance of Havaya Elokecha. Like the pasuk by the regel, like Yires Kol Zuchurcha. V'zeu tshuva, and that's the answer to the wise son Havadi Mayinu the Paro b'Mitzrayim, that we were slaves to Paro in Egypt. Hamakabel min bechinas orif chulu, that he receives from the backside of V'yotzienu Havaya, that Havaya took us out. Misham, from there, bechinas haspanecha Havaya. That's the concept of getting the countenance of Havaya. So we went from Asiya to Atzilus. I guess that's a jump. So we get the pnimius of the Keser, and not just the levels of Atzilus, but the pnimius Ritzono. Yar Havaya Panavilecha, that Hashem's true countenance and inner will are shine to you. V'itein also sumov simchul, when he places signs and wonders beparuchulu, to power to destroy him, and so forth. That the miracles are this giloi from that level of panacha v'zeu raya ki chefetzu apnimis shel adon yachid davka b'torah mitzvos, and this is a proof that the true and inner desire and will of the singular master of the world is specifically in Torah mitzvos, v'lo lichios kechai hagoyim, and not to live like the life of the nations. And this is the idea that he took us out of there from the concept of the spider that grasps with her hands in the king's palace, that the Hamshacha shouldn't go to the bad, but Hashem took us out of there because he wants to specifically give to us with his Pnimius Ritzono. That it's only in the Chitzonius of Arich that its darkness is like light, but the Pnimius, it goes dafka to Israel. That in order to command us all these statutes, to give us good all the days, and not like Paro, that he only got the physical in this world alone. What does it mean to give to us good all the days? What are all the days? That refers to this world and the world to come, not just Olam Hazeh Hagashmi like Paro gets, but that we have a spiritual goal as well in mind, and the inner will that is, so to speak, nogea to him and his Pnimius Ritzono. So that's why we have to do the mitzvahs and not just Kabbalah Zol Malchus Shemaim.